bumpy start. Speaking to a divine soul sister today about being solar beings. We are solar beings. And so many of us are channeling through the creative intelligence of the universe. The oracular transmission is coming through as we're remembering what we truly are, what we're made of, what's out there, what all of this really is. And this deep remembrance that we are solar beings. Of course we're solar beings. Like, the sun is our central presence. It's everything. It's our central life force energy. Without it, we aren't here. The sun is in an eternal embrace and love affair with all of the planets in the solar system, and particularly the Earth, that we are locked in this incredible relationship that creates equilibrium, balance, harmony for life on Earth to be fulfilled. So as we start to tune into Earth consciousness and we start to be fully present with our experience here on Earth, we start to stabilize ourselves and open our consciousness more and clear away this gunk. We have a greater capacity to remember and believe that we are these multidimensional, epic, magnificent beings with the blueprint already present. Like, all children are genius and remain genius until they start to be conditioned, and one by one they drop off. They go to school, family dynamics, exposed to stuff in the outside world, and less of them then are genius because they have it conditioned out of them. So, it's another thing demonstrating that we are this multidimensional epic blueprint, and we are that. It's just, we lose it and we have to come back to it. We forget it. So as solar beings, we also can upgrade our functionality, our very holographic form, through working in a particular way with the energy of the sun, through integrating it and working with it. And there's an order, rhythm, and a time for that, and there's a science to that, and that's what we now are receiving on this earth. So we can go beyond the notions of being connected just in a way consciously, on a soul to soul connection with the sun, or being just solar beings, or we can go beyond understanding the different intelligences, for example, of the sun. Like, all of that stuff is really important and really interesting, but paramount is under an understanding that there is a science to the way that the sun interacts with the holographic form, and it's really important that we learn about this. We learn how the holographic form is programmed, like how it's charged, how we work with it, how it is constructed, its functions, what is the endocrine system, what is the electrical system, what is the mental plane, the physical plane, the emotional plane. These are all important parts of learning the science of working with the holographic form. Now, this science has returned to Earth and is only known in a few tiny little pockets, and we're now getting it and we're sharing it. We have teachers who are bringing this through. It's a very important and special time for those of us that are visioning the future that we work here to create, that we're holding the praise for, putting them into the grid, that we're doing this work. We're also actively architecting and engineering the world. But what world is it? At some point, we know that there will be a generation where these sentiments and ideas we have now are no longer just like a little group of people in an eco-community somewhere dreaming it up and sitting around the fire and chanting and hoping and praying that it happens. At some point, we know that this will be the mass. Everything will be transforming into this new world. Like, everything will have shifted into this place. And so, what does that vision look like? What what does each generation, the role of each generation from now into the future play in that? At what point does this all manifest? And it kind of doesn't matter, and it does matter, because if we can visualize 7 generations into the future, we can understand the deeper purpose and meaning behind what we're doing. We can literally create in the unseen realms and the astral realm the world that we are creating. We can continue to do that. We can do that with purpose. We can become the engineers. A lot of us right now aren't really engineering anything. We're just kind of sitting around, and we all need to be jobbed up to be the engineers of that world. You know, there are many architects, and which is great, but we need engineers to go and build it in those realms, and we can't do that if we're not in our multidimensional potential. We can't do that if we haven't learned to work with our holographic form. So there's a big task at hand. We're at this next point, and we're passing on the skills now for this next generation that will be able to take these teachings to the next level, that are going to know how to work with a holographic form at a much higher level. We're introducing it now. Please join us.